Can you remember the moment when a brilliant idea flashed through your head and it was perfect for you? But then, all of a sudden, another thought started forcing its way forward through enthusiasm until you finally shouted, "Yeah, great idea!" But what if you fall on your face? What do you do when you fall on your face? Do you say, "Ouch"? Or do you like to be like a macho man? Ouch. Or do you do this? Then no one realized that you have just fallen. Friends and guests, after 4 years of business school, I went for the Malaysian trip. I bought a Ramly burger stall. Oh yeah. You are all impressed, I can tell. I don't brag or anything, but in 6 short months, I took a 30,000 ringgit debt and I doubled that debt. Yeah, that's right. I'm the first Chinese to ever sell Ramly burger and failed to make money from it. But then I realized I was not the only Alex who fall on my face. Remember, about 100 years ago, Alexander Graham Bell had this ridiculous idea to create a device that people could talk to their family who are thousands of miles apart. He is the reason that we have our handphones. But of course, he never expected that people would use this tool. I remember when I had my ridiculous idea, I was listening to a tape of Brian Tracy, a great speaker. He asked a question: what would you dare to dream if you knew you wouldn't fail? I did not struggle for an answer. I just meditated. And then, bing! I'll be a trainer. But you have to understand my background. I never speak in front of an audience. In fact, the first time that I ever spoke in front of my class was I was asked to explain why am I the only one who failed the test. My audience are my classmates, my evaluator, teacher. My speech objective, to give a damn good reason and to be humiliated in front of the class. Ouch. What you want to be? What changes do you want to make in your life? So many of us are so clear where we want to go, and yet we go back and forth. If I just have a little more time, if I just have a little more money, if the government is what? But we never take the first step. When Alexander Graham Bell made his first phone call, he called all the way to the next room in the same house. It was just 5 meters away, but that was the first step. Many people don't even know you and will make fun of your first step. When he presented the idea to Western Union, the board was teasing him. The president said, "This is a toy. It has no value." I believe most of us can't even survive nowadays without that toy. After struggling in the training industry for 1 year, I will never forget this sales training that I conducted. By the way, it is sales training, not sex training. I realized a lot of people try to clarify this with me because they always hear the word sex. So I was just talking to the wall. No one responded. They're either messaging, chatting, and some just stared at me. Yeah, staring is very tiring. That's why they fall asleep as well. So I quickly bring up the most exciting part of the training, a group competition where each group will make sales appointments. Which group get the most appointment will win the contest and will get the prize. When I send them out to make their phone calls, they're all excited. They quickly leave the room for lunch. not for phone calls. When they come back, I was so excited. How many of you make your phone calls? I was met by silence. I quickly look at my friend, hinting her, she's one of the husbands, hinting her, please, give me some response. She did. Ouch. After the training, I quickly called my mentor, Mr. Tan, I screwed up. They hated me. He said, so? What do you mean so? How can you argue with so? And then he reminded me that every successful trainers, speakers, anyone who accomplish anything, they have fallen on their face. And then I remember Ramly Burger. I fell on my face, but I did not take the next step. You see, it is the next step after the ouch that is so important. But it is difficult. Most people don't want to take the next step because they are afraid of the ouch. But when your foot landed, you will love that feeling. In the effort of inventing the telephone, Bell said this: every failure is essential to the success. Success goes to anyone who is willing to be determined and will never quit. Bell is an ouch master. We should be ouch master too. If you're willing to fail, you can learn anything. Nowadays, I still shake my legs most of the time at home. Not much training to do. But since I started to be a trainer, I've trained hundreds of professionals and entrepreneurs. So, dare to fail. Many of us, when we go through life, we will try to move forward and we can't move and we are stuck. And then, most of us don't want ouch, but we forget. If we just lean forward and fall, we still look good and make some progress. Go ahead, fall forward.